Today, we're talking all about the most important thing about creating a YouTube channel in general, and that is your audience. Without the audience, you don't have views, you don't have clicks, you don't have income, you don't have subscribers, you don't have anything. Because if you're only making these videos for yourself, well, it doesn't really matter. Today, I want to show you exactly what you need to do in order to have the right mindset to think about the audience when you're doing YouTube. So let's get started. My name's Brandon, and over the last year, me and my wife have created a channel of over 6,000 subscribers. Now, this is something that we did because we focused on our audience, and this wasn't always the case. From the very beginning of our journey, we didn't know what we wanted to do, and so we tested a lot of different things. What did we find fun to film? And what was the most impactful for us in our mind? And most importantly, what did people seem to like the most? Over the first 8 months or so, we experimented with a lot of different things, but we came down to the point where we wanted to focus on Christian creatives. This was a turning point for us because we really wanted to focus in on a specific niche, but we didn't know exactly what that was going to be. We knew what we wanted to talk about, we just didn't know who exactly we were talking to. But even when we narrowed in on Christian creatives, that didn't seem to be narrow enough until we really got niched down into The Chosen. Now, for those of you outside of this circle, basically The Chosen is a Christian show that portrays the life of Jesus. And for us, this was an amazing kickoff point. Season 2 was about to come out, and so we made a reaction to that first episode of Season 2. And right from there, we saw our channel begin to grow. Now, this first episode of reaction was very similar to a lot of the other content that we had done. We were focusing on Christian creatives and discovering how this show was a great example of being a Christian creative. But that quickly changed as we realized the impact that this show would have on our channel. We were realizing that thousands of people were more excited about the show and diving into scripture than about Christian creativity necessarily. And so we slowly changed our perspective from diving directly into Christian creatives into diving into The Chosen and understanding more about the scriptures behind The Chosen. And this allowed us to niche down in order for us then to begin slowly spreading out into other areas. So what does this have to do with your audience and your YouTube channel? Well, to be honest, you guys have to niche down like we did, but not just in your content, also in your audience, within your branding, within your content, within your thumbnails and your titles, within your editing. You have to determine who your audience is. Because if I'm gonna cut like this, then I'm going to be trying to reach a younger audience, because an older audience is not going to be interested in that kind of editing. If I have a crazy thumbnail or one that is too subdued, it's going to change who I'm reaching. And that is a huge thing when it comes to your branding, when it comes to your YouTube channel, when it comes to your audience. Ask yourself this simple question. Do you have a specific person in mind when you're making these videos? If not, I want you to think about that right now. What does this person look like? What are their interests? What do they do when they're off of YouTube? And what are their beliefs? This is absolutely going to be the most important piece of your YouTube channel because the audience is key. For me, on my main channel, her name is Karen. She's 45 to 55 and she's got a family at home. She's a mom of some sort. She believes in God, and of course she goes to church. She cares a lot about her family, her kids and her grandkids, and she has some spendable income as well. Now, some of you may think that this is too specific, but let me tell you, it's not. You could go way, way deeper than this. And you have to have that person in mind when you're making these videos. Otherwise, your audience is never gonna click because you're not making it for them. You're making it for yourself or for a completely different audience that isn't gonna be interested in your content. So let me know below, what is your audience and how are you reaching them? I'd really like to know. And as always, if you wanna chat with me, please fill out the form in the description. I'd love to have you on the channel and just discuss about your channel. What can you do better? How can you get better thumbnails and titles and start dominating YouTube? I'd love to help you out. Thanks for watching. Hope I didn't waste your time, and I'll see you on the next one.